Welcome to my allotment and gardening channel. Thank you very much for watching my videos all this time and also encouraging me to do lots of new stuff every year. Okay, this video I'm going to explain what are the different Asian varieties of the plants I'm going to sow this year in April, and also why. Number one, lot of these Asian vegetables, they need a little bit of warmer weather. They call tropical, stuff. And if you consider warmer climate in this country, it's very difficult to depend on the weather. It fluctuates all the time. So I categorize my vegetables from Asian countries, whatever the seeds you buy online in eBay or Amazon, whatever, or harvest your own and sow them in appropriate time. So the first week of the April, I am going to sow all my leafy vegetables. For example, Palak, Methi, fenugreek it's called, and any other Asian vegetables like leafy vegetables like coriander, and you can directly sow them in a ground or in a pot outside. If it is greenhouse, you could have started maybe in the first week of March itself, maybe throughout the year. But without any heating or any other arrangements for the temperature, you can do it from the first week of April outside. I have done this last 4 years and more or less I'm successful in germinating them outside. That's the reason why I'm suggesting any leafy vegetables, you can sow them outside. Week number 2, I generally do my all indoor vegetables in week number 2. For example, Asian cucumbers we call Dosa, and because I grow them indoors, like either in a polytunnel or a low tunnel or in a greenhouse, because they need 7 weeks to mature before plants started properly giving the growth. So germination time is taking around 2 weeks. So if I do it in a second week, so I might get in the final week of the month. If the seed is strong enough to germinate, they will germinate, and they need another 4 weeks to grow properly before it start putting the true leaves, etc. So that's why I do my Asian cucumbers or dosa in the second week. And also there is something called Gourd, which is different, and it can be perennial if you look after it, but somehow I couldn't look after it last few years. There are few friends of mine, they looked after it, and then the plant was alive, and they started getting some crop immediately early summer. So Gourd also I do it in a second week. It's Donda we call in South Asia. The third one is Okra, which is Bandi. Okra, if you are sowing in a ground, I would do it straight away in the second week. If you are indoors, you could do it in the first week itself. But the problem is, this okra is a very sensitive plant, and if you disturb the roots, it might not survive. It happened to me many times. Probably it might not happen to others. Hope it shouldn't. That's my experience. If I do them directly in the ground, if they come up, they survive properly and they give a lot of harvest as well. That's what happened last year. I did red color okra directly in the ground. Second week of April, I managed to harvest some stuff out of it. Not the green color one, they didn't germinate because the seeds are very old. It was almost 2016 I got the seeds. And the third week, I do all my bottle gourds, round bottle gourd, long bottle gourd, very, very long bottle gourd. Last year I had almost 7 feet long bottle gourd, and all my bottle gourds, seeds I do in a third week. The reason, they need 6 weeks to be ready to go in the ground, and they need to grow very healthy and strongly. So that's why it needs plant needs 6 weeks from the start of the sow to ground date. And week 4, I do all Asian beans. There are lots of varieties of Asian beans. I do um, so many varieties. I would say 8 to 10 varieties of the Asian beans. Some of them might not germinate because of the seed quality and variety, I don't know, but most of them will germinate. Even if I get like a couple of harvests, I'll be happy. And in the 4th week, I also sow my Karela and snake gourd. Karela means bitter gourd, and snake gourd, Potla. So these two, they take around 3 weeks to germinate if the seed is very healthy. Some people are, the people who believe in seed putting or in the water, soaking for a couple of hours or maybe sometimes 24 hours. So 4th week, I also sow snake gourd and bitter gourd, which is Potla and Karela. And these two seeds, they take long time to germinate, 3 to 4 weeks, I would say. And once they germinate, Karela will take another 4 weeks to stable the plant into the true leaves, and same goes for the snake gourd as well. So that's why I sow them 4th week of April. So by 1st week of June, the plant is healthy, or maybe 2nd week, I would say, and ready to be replanted into the big pot and outside. Generally, I don't do these two outside because I never had a success. Karela, once I had a success in my house garden, but snake gourd, I never had a success in the outside. That's why I always sow them and grow them inside the greenhouse. And then last week of the April, I do Asian variety of pumpkins and also ash gourd. I never had a success of the ash gourd so far. I had a tiny fruit couple of years back, but didn't mature into the plant, proper fruit. But keep trying until you get it right. And also the watermelons. You need very, very warm temperature for watermelons. I only had a few 2 years back, few melons from the Asian seeds. However, last year, one of my friends in Allotment, he managed to grow a British variety of watermelon called Mini Love, and he had like 4 fruits out of 2 plants, and I also had one of the fruit, and then they was so tasty. So these are the different category of vegetables I sow in different weeks of the April month. The details of the Asian vegetables I'm sowing in April, and if you see this week, I'm sowing Indian tomatoes and Karela or bitter gourd. They take some time to germinate, bitter gourd, and also the snake gourd as well. I'm also sowing the ridge gourd. And coming to the leafy vegetables in the first week, this is Malabar spinach, and I already got one batch sown in March, and they're grown. They will be in greenhouse. This batch will go outside in probably mid-May. And the Indian cucumber, non-hybrid variety, and my second batch of Palak. I already sown one Palak outside to see whether it comes or not. Last year it came out, and this year also I did the same thing. This is the second batch. And Methi I sow every week from April to September. And the next one is Okra. Okra, I do it in 2 ways. One is trays, and one other method is directly sown ground in my cold frame. Last year I had a red okra, came up really nice for the harvest. And this is also called Indian cucumber, Dosa, and this is going to go in my cold frame. So that's why I'm sowing a bit early. Otherwise I would have sown maybe like 3 weeks down the line. So this is the first week, as I mentioned, Methi. And coming to the second week, I got some seeds, curry leaf seeds, to be sown. So the weather will be slightly improved, and these are also, time taken germination seeds. So I'm sowing it in the second week, of the April. Then this is sponge gourd in the second week, and last year I had good harvest from outside, and these will go inside, and remaining I'll go outside as well. And bottle gourds, this is the Italian variety of the bottle gourd. Last year I managed to get 7 feet long, and this is the round variety of the bottle gourd, and this is the normal long variety of the bottle gourd. And these are the ones I'll be sowing from the bottle gourds family. And this is the melon. Last year I managed to get, I think, 5 fruit from one plant inside the greenhouse. And this is the pointed gourd. This is a Bangladeshi gourd variety, and I have been harvesting the seeds and the fruit both from the crop. And golden purslane, and this is my second batch of Indian non-hybrid tomatoes. And Methi, this is the second week list. And coming to the third week, this is the beans week. Even for the British varieties, I sow the beans in the same week. This is Indian variety of beans, and black eye beans. I got these seeds from China a couple of years back. And this one, hyacinth seed, hyacinth beans, which I grown last year and last before year. And normal Indian beans, climbing beans, and these are clustered beans. Somehow I'm not getting a good crop out of this, but I'm keep trying, every year, and see how it goes. And after 2 weeks again, I'm going to sow the Palak, 2 weeks interval, and Sweetcorns from India. These are the backup seeds of the snake gourd, in case by the time no sign of germination for the snake gourd. If they do germinate, I will not be sowing, but if they don't germinate, then I have to put the second batch. And same goes for rich gourd as well. And Methi, as I said, every week it goes. And this is the backup Karela seed sowing at the last week. And this is interesting, the EV gourd. Somehow I couldn't keep them alive during the winter, but I have leftover, I think, 5 seeds or something. I don't know, maybe 12 it says, but I'll see how it goes. And last week I also do some Indian pumpkins, which is ash gourd and normal Indian pumpkin as well, and Methi. So this is the list of seeds from Asian or Indian vegetables I'm planning to sow this month. Hopefully I'll get a good germination out of these seeds, because seeds are really fresh. And let's see how, sometimes if the seed is not healthy or old seed, then germination will be very poor.